Our top focus this hour, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will virtually participate in the G20 Leaders Summit on Afghanistan. This summit is expected to deliberate on the overall situation in the country after over a month of the Taliban takeover. Now, on Prime Minister Modi's participation, the Ministry of External Affairs has also said that the agenda of this meeting will include a discussion on response to three things now: the humanitarian needs and access to basic services and livelihood, the security situation in the fight against terrorism, and lastly, mobility, migration and human rights. Italy is currently the chair of the G20 that comprises 20 of the world's major economies. The External Affairs Ministry said in its statement that the G20 is an important platform to help build international consensus on the Afghan crisis and facilitate a coordinated approach between multilateral organizations, including the UN and its agencies, to address the worsening humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan. The war-torn country has been on the forefront of all major summits. Now, it has almost been 2 months since the takeover of Afghanistan. Prime Minister Modi also participated in the SCO-CSTO Outreach Summit on Afghanistan last month, while External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar participated in the meeting of G20 foreign ministers on Afghanistan in the margins of the UN General Assembly in New York. And for more on this, we're now being joined by our correspondent Anas Malik from Kabul. Anas, thank you so much for joining us. Just going into this, what can you tell us about some of the key objectives? I have mentioned a few. Apart from that, what do you think will be the key topics on the agenda?
Well, good morning to you, Him, from in Kabul, and all the viewers as well. Today, the G20 is all set to host a key meeting on Afghanistan, a special meeting on Afghanistan. This meeting will be held on a virtual format. It would be through video conferencing, and it starts at 11 a.m. GMT. Now, on the agenda is, while there is talks on aid cooperation, given that since the Islamic Emirat government or the Taliban government took charge from the 15th of August, the country has seen a sharp decline. It's seen in its economy collapse. Winter is just around the corner. We've seen a severe acute drought as well, or a food shortage. We've seen children dying of malnutrition. There is shortage of medical supplies. There is shortage of food supplies over here, and all in all, the economy is a bigger problem. Along with that, given that the security situation in Afghanistan in the past 30 days or so, with the IS ramping up its attacks, that has also deteriorated following the Taliban takeover. Given especially when the Taliban were trying to sell this as their USP, and they took real pride in this, that they have made Afghanistan secure. So all of this, humanitarian assistance, how to ensure that the country keeps on running, the war-torn, ravaged country which has seen wars over decades, how does it keep running, and how does the people not suffer, given that, as I said, it's a winter around the corner. Today we're entering the mid of October, and as we speak, with 7 a.m. on the dial, it's currently 4 degrees here in Kabul. So that, given that the weather complexities in mind, all of this will be up for debate.
Right. Anas, like I mentioned, humanitarian needs and access to basic services. What sort of a resolution are now we looking at here?
Well, what we can see for a broad-based, solution-based approach that can possibly talk about with regards to cash being made to fly in. We recently saw that report coming in from Reuters that quoted its sources in Brussels and DC that the US was considering to fly in cash to in bags to Afghanistan, so that the economy could be kept on its wheels and be up and running. Though there is no official confirmation that, but that would be one thing that would be with regards to the cash flow, that would be deliberated upon, because we see that doctors here, professionals here, have been unpaid now for about 6 months now. 3 months, 3.5 months for the Ghani administration, 1 month of the transition, and 2 months almost since the Taliban government has taken charge. So that would be one thing up on debate, and that can we possibly see that in this very G20 meeting with regards to the resolution, we can see that with regards to again the other focus would be women rights and ensuring rights of minorities.
Right.
So we would be expecting G20 to take up a strong position and urging the Taliban to take to ensure rights of women are ensured, girls allowed to go to school, and things along those lines. So we would be expecting a resolution by the G20 on that as well. Him.
All right, Anas, thank you so much for joining us with all the updates on that. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.